Hi, this is Johannes. Hope you're doing absolutely amazing. Today we will talk about something that often is seen as quite repetitive and boring, and that is scales. But today I will give you 5 very cool exercises you can use to make the scales a lot more fun and, more importantly, a lot more musical. Now the first exercise is something we call scale looping. If you play C major, we can choose any part of this run here and loop it. You can take the first 3 notes, just play it over and over again, or you can do my personal favorite, playing from bottom to top, and then loop it again. Once you slowly get used to it, the magic can start, because now you will take your left hand and play any octaves within the key. Beautiful, right? You can try different combinations, maybe from top to bottom. Beautiful. And if it's challenging, do it much slower. It will still sound amazing, which is the amazing part of this exercise. You can try very, very tiny combinations, maybe just 4 notes. And try play it very softly, see what happens. Increase the tempo, increase the notes as you get more comfortable. And all of a sudden, it's so much more fun to play scales. This I could do all day. Now the second exercise is something I like to call chord notes. What you want to do here is to always play the home note with your right hand thumb. And it's always the key you play. So if you play C major, the home note is C, which we will do in our example here. Then you will play a random chord with your left hand, for example A minor. Starting out, I very much recommend just the chord being within the key. So if you play C major, only the white keys, play chords only using the white keys as well. So now for each chord you play, above your right hand home note, you want to play one of the chord notes. So in our case here, we could play E, which is included in the chord, or we could play A, which also is included in the chord. And then you will do the same for each chord you play. So if we switch to F, you could play A again, or you could play F, for example. And if we go to G major, you could play D, you could play B, and so forth. Now slowly try to play different chords and get used to finding one of the chord notes with your right hand as well. This is amazing for hand independence, but you will soon hear how amazing this can sound. You also get used to moving within the key with different hand placements than if you only play the scale back and forth, which is very, very good for playing in context later as you arrange and learn beautiful music. Now once this starts to feel good, for each right hand hit, just play the notes back and forth. So each hit I previously did, I now play the notes back and forth. And doesn't it sound amazing, right? And as you get comfortable, you can do quicker movements. Wow, beautiful. And again, just to repeat, start with slowly, just playing hits as they are. Get comfortable, always finding one chord note with the right hand, while also playing the home note. And once that feels good, slowly play it back and forth. And then increase speed and tempo as you get comfortable. And what a beautiful way this is of playing. And here we usually will climb kind of within the key. So we're still kind of practicing the scales, right? Just with very different hand positions. And usually in more context to how you would play in many scenarios when you arrange music. And now for the third exercise, we're gonna do something very similar, where you always repeat your right hand thumb and then slowly climb upwards within the key. But now as you do, you will repeat the thumb home note each second time. So we slowly climb upwards as you still play the home note each second time. And if you want to be crazy, you can see how far you can go. This is also a very great finger control exercise. I usually struggle after 2 octaves, as you can see here. And I usually like to start with 1 octave here. So you can go back and forth for as long as you feel is comfortable. Starting out, it might be 3 notes, then 4 notes, then 5 notes, and then 1 octave, and so forth. As this was good, again, you can add some octaves with your left hand. And sometimes you can stay on some notes as you get feeling. And just experiment and try to create music using this exercise. Beautiful, right? And as you get more and more comfortable, you will find more options. Start very, very simple and progressively add more as you get more comfortable. But this is such a gorgeous way of playing. Now a quick tip is that you can also reverse it if you like. You play with your right hand thumb and then climb downwards instead. I usually like to play octaves if it's comfortable for you. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And now the 4th exercise is a really fun one, because now we will play right hand octaves. And starting out, you can just practice playing whatever scale you want to practice with your thumb and then your pinky finger in as an relaxing motion as possible. Once that feels good, combine both, so you both play with your thumb and your pinky, and you have a very beautiful octave scale. Nice. In this case in C major. Now we will play much, much slower, and for each hit you want to experiment finding one bass note you think sounds good. So starting out, when we play C with our right hand, we can try C with the left hand. Then you will play the next note, which is D. Try different bass notes until you find one that you think sounds good. Continue doing so for each note within the key. Not only are you practicing the scale with octaves, which is awesome, you are also practicing being aware of what notes fits what bass notes, which will make it so much easier to later arrange and play absolutely beautiful improvisation, compositions, or arrangements as well. Once that feels good, the fun will begin. You will do the exact same exercise, but just repeat the notes as you play them with your right hand. Play around with the dynamic. And once that feels good, you can slowly increase the speed as which you go to the next note. And once you feel like you need to rest, you can just stay on the same note and repeat it. Once you feel ready, continue. And before you know it, you can play quite fast, right? Beautiful. You can do the reverse direction as well. Absolutely, I'm blessed to play. And here you might notice that sometimes I might stay on the same left-hand bass note for a bit. That's very much fine as well. Play around with when you want to change the bass, find combinations that feels like your style and sounds good to your playing. And now for the final option, I want to give you a left-hand exercise that you can use as well. And this one is absolutely amazing. Now you will play within the key, but from a lot of different starting notes. Start with playing just the regular scale as you've done before. And you can do it with a pedal. It will sound very muddy starting out, but in context later it will sound amazing. Now you want to practice doing the same from different places on the piano. For example, we might start from F, and within the key of C major, we'll play the same unique notes that's included, but just a different starting point here. And then you can do the same from any note you like. Maybe D, and maybe G. And you can try to reverse direction also, doing the same concept. Start from any note, repeat it back and forth. And now it starts to already sound amazing. We haven't even added the right hand yet. And the lower you go, the more muddy it will play, so try a little bit higher. You notice C here it might be a little bit muddy. So we can start with A, maybe. And then F. And choose a speed that works good for you, C. Maybe G. Beautiful. Now for each note you start on, you will play the chord you will play within that key. For example, if we play A, and now we are within the key of C major, we only use the white keys. If we play an A chord from that, that would be A minor. Now play it as you play the same left-hand motion. And once we reach F, within the key that would be F major. And then we have C major and G major. You can try F, G, A. Nice. Absolute blast to play. And keep in mind that the most important part is that you make them suitable for your level. Start very slow, start very little, practice a few notes and expand them with more and more options as you get comfortable. And before you know it, your playing will sound absolutely amazing. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to comment down below. And if you want to learn more, we also have a few courses teaching you different skills in much more detail. Now I can't wait to see you in the next video. Until then, stay awesome.